This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. The station that pays.
This is MC Reggie Fresh from the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. And folks, guess who's in the building? He was born in the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's a high school graduate and a U.S. Navy veteran. It was his worst nightmare that came true when his wife informed him that she was facing a serious health issue. She needed a partial hysterectomy that was advised by her doctor and caused heavy bleeding afterward. It was not too long after that he sought out a prototype of a sanitary pad that observed like nothing else on the market. Then in 2019, he launched a non-toxic feminine care company for his wife and daughters and for all females around the world, called Rain Sanitary Napkins and Panty Liners. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Crump.
You a number that the world can't comprehend. What you think is real? I see you moving ballerina. You take me higher than a plane. Got me tipsy on your love like sweet champagne.
Let's keep the music playing while we dance all night. Never letting go because there ain't no stopping us now.
This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. The station that pays.
Welcome to the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. Good morning to you and welcome, Brother Crump.
How you doing, Brother Reggie? How you feeling today, my brother?
Hey, man, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Feeling great.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be on the show with you, man, and I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
All right, then. So let's just go on right from the start. We're going to go right here. The first question I'm going to ask you, man, how long you been an entrepreneur?
Well, I've been an entrepreneur, Reggie, since I got out of the U.S. Navy back in 1994. Got out the Navy after really realizing that I didn't want to give someone 30 years of my life.
Yeah.
I never get a chance to own a part of this.
You better believe it.
And what's funny is, Reggie, nobody in my family was ever an entrepreneur. What changed my life was I read a book when I was a young man, and it was called Think and Grow Rich.
You got to be kidding me, by Dennis Kimbrough. A very good author.
That's right, man. I read that book, and it changed my paradigm. Just saw how I saw making money and everything. And from that point forward, I never, ever looked back. Had a mobile detailing service, washing cars. I promoted concerts, flipped houses, sold Rolex watches. Man, you name it, I did what it took to feed my wife and my 4 kids. And, man, here we go, man, where we are now, making it happen, brother. But 1994, we've been in the game.
Man, you ain't gonna believe it, though, bro. That's my favorite book author, Dennis Kimbrough. Great author. Listen, that changed my life, too. But the book that I read that one you had. But the book that I read, a lady introduced me named Cheryl Summers. Her dad used to own WLOU in Louisville, the radio station. She introduced me this book called What Makes the Great Great. Once I made that decision and read that book, I'll fight somebody over that book. Dennis Kimbrough gonna change your thought process if you read it.
That's correct, man. Absolutely, brother. Phenomenal author, man.
Right out of Georgia.
That's correct, man.
We got to meet him, man. We definitely need to get him. That's one of my bucket lists to get him on the show as well.
Okay, well, guess what, man? Like, you're making it happen with all these other superstars you've been having on your show. He's going to be one of them. We're going to count it down. We're celebrating already.
That's what I'm talking about. So, now what I want to ask you is, Brother Crump, I want you to tell me how did this non-toxic female cure, this female cure, the stuff that you got for the ladies out there, how did that come about?
Well, first of all, man, literally, I love investments and I love innovation, Reggie, man. And then when I got a phone call, these gentlemen told me, they said, hey, man, you need to come down to Tampa, Florida.
Right.
Something that you need to see. Now, the smartest thing they ever done was they never told me what it was.
Right.
That was a good, because, if you'd have told me over the phone, man, I would have never went.
Yeah.
I'll be totally honest with you. But, Reggie, when I went and I saw the demonstration of the product, immediately I said, you just changed the world for women. I got it. And I knew it at that moment. Having a wife and 3 daughters, when a man, loves the women in his life that he love and care about, people underestimate that.
Yeah.
And for me, I saw that and I said, this is it. This is the game changer that I've been looking for, because I was always praying to be in the necessity field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about it, Reggie, as blacks, we don't own, water and electricity and food. And see, I wanted something that you don't have to convince people to be sold on every month.
That's right.
You don't have to figure out how, you're going to make it month to month. And when I saw this was the prayer that was answered, brother. And I tell you, man, when I saw that demonstration, I knew it was over. And that was the development of the rain sanitary napkins and panty liners that we have now for women. And a lot of people are blown away when they found out that a man is the driving force behind this particular product. But, man, I love it. And it's the most and the best way I've made money ever in my entrepreneurial career, in my life, man.
Wow. Now, I want you to give me one of your best moments when you made your first sales on this. What was your first big moments when you knew it was a hit?
Well, here's how I knew it was a hit, Reggie. Because to be transparent with you, what I literally did, man, I went around the country for 6 months.
Right.
I was in people's homes, different people I knew all around the United States. I was in hotel rooms doing events, and we do what's called focus groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a launch event. I did a launch event back on June 1st, 2019.
You know what? I remember that. Mm-hmm.
At the Renaissance Airport Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. And Reggie, I threw a gala. And I'm talking about, I threw a gala behind a sanitary napkin and panty liner product. People in tuxedos, gowns. The room held 600 people. I had 300 people outside that couldn't get in with tuxedos and gowns on. And on day one of opening the company, Reggie, we did $200,000 in sales on a $6 product.
Wow, $6, man.
That's correct.
Okay, Brother
Yes,
Crump. Now let me ask you this. So I know it's a lot of people out here that's probably nervous. They probably got some kind of product, probably scared. And, they scared to go out on the limb because, like I tell people, the fruit is on the limb and you got to go out there and get it.
Right.
So I want you to tell me what kind of advice and the people listening and anybody in this position right now that's got something they really want somebody else to see, what kind of advice do you have for them to get it out there?
Well, I'm glad you said that, Reggie, because here's the mistake that I see that's made a lot of times, especially in our community, the African American community. Reggie, we don't network enough.
Right.
We don't network. See, everybody got a goal. They got dreams. They got vision. But guess what? You always sitting at home. Meaning that we don't go to conferences. We don't go network with other cultures. We don't go network even with our own when we have an event. That's why we got a big event October 1st.
Yes, sir.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
For this reason, because I'm saying I'm bringing the best of the entrepreneurial world. I'm talking about people that's getting it done, multi-millionaires. And, we're going to have a Shark Tank session where people can come pitch businesses and ideas, and we hear you out. My point that I'm saying this for is, man, you got to learn to network. You got to learn to get out your comfort zone, and you got to go meet like-minded people, because remember, you won't be in the room with the movers and the shakers.
That's right.
That was something that I understood as a young man.
Yeah.
Because remember, man, I'm a Hurricane Katrina survivor from New Orleans. I came to grew up. So I had to start from scratch here in Atlanta, and all I began to do was network all around the city, man. I was going to every event I could, shaking hands, getting business cards, giving out my information. And the thing that I knew was that when you put yourself in the room with these individuals, and now I give that person a call, then they'll realize, oh, yeah, wow, I was at that event. So it's almost like a warm market conversation because it's somebody that was at the same place that you were in, and that's one of the main things that I could tell a new individual to give them exponential growth. Because when you go to a lot of business events, business seminars, you got all the like-minded individuals that think and headed in the same direction in one place.
Yes, sir.
That's where you want to be, because you can't do it, continue to sit at home always talking about it, Reggie.
Exactly. You're right. And you're right. And you got to get engaged. I mean, I tell people all the time about different ideas and stuff like that, different ways to make some money and stuff like that. They just sit there and look at you, but they the same one that'll tell you, well, I ain't got enough money to do this, and I ain't got enough money to do that.
Can I say this, Brother Reggie?
Yes, sir.
When you're saying that, do you realize, man, money is never your issue. Money is always the smallest problem you would ever have, especially starting a business.
Yeah.
You got a vision. You got a drive. That door is going to always, because remember, God always has people that are ordained to be with you. Man, don't ever forget that.
Yes, sir.
There's always, all you have to do is continue to walk in faith, do what it is that you do, and the people that you need, the resources that you're going to be looking for, they're going to be revealed for you, and it will manifest, man. And one of the things I love to encourage people is that, listen, man, what you have to do is get out there and go for it, because somebody is waiting for you to sow into your idea, but they have to know that you exist. And sometimes people are afraid because they think they got to have it all together, need the money, need everything before they get going, because believe it or not, most people that will invest in you, or me, if I invest in anybody, I'm really more than investing in the idea. I'm investing into the person, Reggie.
That's right.
I'm investing into the individual. I'll share this with you. Man, I had dinner one time in Las Vegas with this gentleman from Australia. Had a company, man, he was worth about $100 million. And him and I, we were having dinner with a few other people, other business associates in Las Vegas, sitting down having a conversation. And here's what he told me, and I'll never forget it. He says, Damon, every investment I ever made with a person, he says, I never took a loss. And I was looking at him, I'm like, man, what do you mean you didn't take a loss? People that hit and miss. He says, because here's what he says. He says, two things I've always done. He says, I always invested in the individual. And he says, I never made an investment into someone that didn't have skin in the game. Meaning that if they didn't go all in on what they have to believe in their idea, then I never invested with them.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right,
so
yeah.
if you didn't do what it took before you got to me, then I wasn't willing to go all the way with you, because if you ain't willing to go all the way, then I'm not either.
There you go.
That right there taught me some valuable lessons. Even to this day, I will never do business with someone who doesn't have skin in the game, Reggie. I won't do it.
You better believe it. And you know what, man? It's just like anything else. When you got to be determined, you got to be consistent, and you got to do something every day. You can't wake up tomorrow and do something, then the next day, 2 days, you take off, then the next day, and then you expect it to work. Not going to work. You got to be consistent. And a lot of times, I see a lot of people I want to get on my show, and, I keep on bugging them. I keep on trying, and next thing you know, bro, they right here every time. And you know what they tell me? I got on the show because you was persistent.
Well, you know what you got to do too, Reggie? You can't ever forget where you come from, man. And one thing that's very important, brother, when you reached out to me, I said, I got you, man, and I'm going to do it. You know why? Because, I'm not always into the big spotlighted shows and different things. No, man, what about that young man who needs that shot and that chance? Because remember, at one point, that was me, Reggie. That all I needed was somebody to give me a break and give me a chance.
That's right.
So that's something that I'm always conscious of, and I always remember that. So when you reached out to me, brother, I said, man, you got it. I'm going to do it for you with no problem. You didn't have to ask a lot of questions didn't have to be asked. Why? Because I wanted to be able to sow into your success. because I want to see you win, my brother, and whatever I can do to help you, and whether it be our name, brand, whatever it is that we're doing, that could be a blessing to help your success, man. I want to be a part of that. And look out for you.
And I appreciate that, man, because I know you get a lot of messages.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're not able to accommodate all of them, man. We get messages people want
I already know.
speak and come to their conferences in India, Japan, all type of stuff coming in, brother. But, man, I definitely want to make sure my people are taken care of first.
Exactly. Now, what I want to ask you, brother, I want to ask you, man, how can people reach you, you know, if they want to order your product? And I just need all your social media platforms.
Well, the company, actually, we just got on social media as a company, literally, man, a few months ago. And I'm not just a personal big social media person. My Facebook, you can find me at Damon Crump, my name. But on our company, you can go to @Rain Pads, and it's rain like raining on a throne, REIGN Pads is where you can find us on social media, and our corporate website is rainpads.com, where you can go, and that's where you can find us, man, and just learn about our company, who we are. You can see some interviews. There's some things on there I did with Yandy from Love and Hip Hop. There's interviews with her and I on there, and just different things that you can see that's shaking and moving with our company.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, now, again, I really appreciate you being on my radio show. You didn't act like you said, you said yes right off the rip. You ain't say, well, what's this and how many followers you got? None of that. So I appreciate that, man. I really do.
Absolutely, Reggie. Glad to be honored to be here with you, brother. Trust me.
Okay, now, since we was talking about that, now I know this event we were talking about it earlier. Give us some type of description and the people, letting them know they got to be there if they entrepreneurs.
Well, if you're serious about your business, man, and you want to be in the room with the movers and shakers, and you're about networking, well, you want to definitely be in Atlanta October the 1st. We are going to have the event at the Marriott Airport Gateway Hotel, literally 7 minutes away from the airport. We're going to be there. Lunch is going to be included. The ticket prices is going to be $250 plus whatever applicable tax and fees according to where you live in the United States. Man, we got people coming from all over the U.S. that will be there, and Reggie, literally in the next few days, the tickets will be going on sale. We have a room block for the hotel. All of these things will be offered, but my thing is, man, come network, man. Come be in the room. Come pitch your business.
You already know.
Definitely what we're going to do is if you got a business, you need to make sure when you're registering, you let us know that. So potentially one of your business can be one of the businesses that's chosen, because we're going to have different sessions throughout the day where it's going to be Shark Tank style. You get to get up, talk about what you do, how you do it, and literally you're going to be talking to a full house of people as well as, several multimillionaires. It won't only be the panelists that will be in the house. It'll be a lot of my friends and associates from around the country that will be attending as well.
That's outstanding. Outstanding. All right, now, brother, now what I want to ask you is, do you got any shout-outs for anybody?
Oh, man, well, definitely, man, I want to just say to all the Rain customers, first of all, Rain customers, I want to just say to them, man, appreciate, you guys for believing with us, rocking and rolling with us, man, and, helping us become the company that we truly are, man. I'm definitely thankful to all those individuals that believe with us, Reggie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, brother, I appreciate you being on my show, man. Like I say, you got right on it. Again, I love that you came on the show, and I got one more question to ask you.
Yes, sir.
I need you to tell everybody in the Atlanta area, New Orleans, the Big Easy, and all over the world, what's the baddest station in the land and the station that pays?
The MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show, my man.
And there y'all have it, folks. That's Brother Damon Crump. He was right here on the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.
This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. A station that pays.